Clean tone. Detune. Violin tone. Organ synthesis. Crystal's harmony. Legend Formant synthesizer. Fixed harmony. Hey studio guitarists, it's BZB from SATX. So back in October 2020, I was looking for some rare and unheard of and niche pedals that did weird things. And ideally I wanted to do them for cheap. And I actually came across Aural Dream's guitar pedals. I found them on AliExpress and Wish, and then I went and did some research on them, and I was really blown away. They have all these awesome sounds that it doesn't seem like anyone else at their price point is trying to do. And I couldn't figure out why these pedals that were trying to do these really cool, weird sounds at such an awesome price point had so little info in terms of reviews and whatnot on them. And then I finally found this cool webpage at jrrshop.com where they sell guitar pedals and other stuff. And they had the whole line of Aural Dream's pedals, but they were sold out. And they were trying to sell them for 50 bucks a pop. And I thought that's kind of low. And then I found this on their website. Warning, before buying, please note we are not taking refunds on any Aural Dream pedals. We are clearing them out. These pedals do not sound like the descriptions, but they do give out weird, unique sounds. So if you're looking for weird sounds and want to bring something completely different to the table, this pedal may be for you. So I read this and said, oh my, I like weird sounds. I work with pedals really well. And I'd seen a lot of reviews saying how some of these pedals were just awful to use and really difficult and didn't sound like what they wanted them to. A lot of people were unhappy with them. And in my hubris, I took this as a sign that maybe I could figure it out. I was wrong. So originally I had the idea of doing one video for each pedal because there aren't a lot of videos of these out there. And me being the intrepid aspiring YouTuber said, hey, I can fill that market, get some views, you know, get those subscribers, please subscribe. And now that I've actually run through them, I think 4 of them aren't worth buying. One of them may be for studio use, but I'm not even that convinced about it. And instead of doing one video for each pedal that I don't think is very good, we're going to do an overview of all 6 that I have here. Down the line, I may decide to do a more in-depth review of the 2 pedals I think are worth getting, but I think we really may knock it out in this video. So let's kick it off. First up is the Detune pedal. At first you kind of like it, until you realize that this time function here, which basically makes it more or less a delay, doesn't do anything. So here's the time all the way up and me just doing a quick. All right, here's the time all the way down. Not a whole lot of difference. So it does have a good mix function, and this is the one I think that could be used maybe in the studio. What I would do is once you have your guitar tracked, throw it back through this with the mix all the way up. Then using your DAW, adjust the timing so that it'll be the right delay that you want on it. But yeah, I'd be a little wary of trying to use this live. Let's see some sounds on it real quick. Here's mode 1. Mode 2, or smooth 2. Mode 4. So since the time function doesn't really do anything, you have a tone knob, which is, pretty standard. The synth knob is fine. I don't really have any complaints about it. Here's all the way up. Oh, that's nice. Here's at a little past noon. Here's all the way down. I can see using that one again, maybe studio use though. Violin Tone. Here's mode 1. So when I hear it, and this is true across like all of the modes, it sounds more like an organ to me. Gonna go to type 2. Let's mess with some vibrato. They also have a rotary sound right here. It's more like a tremolo with how deep it goes here. And a balance, I keep it more around here. Anyway, mode 2. Go to type 3. Going to type 4. Finally, type 5. So one thing, and you'll notice how noisy this pedal is. Oh my God. Oof. Why is it that noisy? I couldn't tell you. What really excited me about the prospect of the violin tone and organ synthesis is that it's trying to make your instrument sound like, a different instrument, obviously. But instead of doing it using samplers or whatever with MIDI tracking, it's just trying to do it through pure audio processing, which is really how like the first fuzz pedals were first marketed. Like a lot of people know that the fuzz face, people said was trying to sound like a saxophone. And I thought, hey, maybe this is like that. And honestly, I could see myself maybe using it like on a parallel board to help fill in the sound behind some other instruments, but I wouldn't use it on its own because there is a bit of a latency on there. And it's kind of hard to see that on the video. It's annoying. I do not recommend playing with only this. Maybe you want to layer it in, but again, there are better options. Organ Synthesis A. So there were already a lot of reviews of this online, like on the Amazon and eBay posts and whatever, and about how bad it sounded, and I ignored all of them. Don't do that. Listen to those reviews. This is a wonky pedal. Whereas the violin tone sounded like an organ, this doesn't sound like an organ. It sounds like a broken ring modulator. On type 4, because it's the worst, yeah, that's, unless you're into some really, really weird stuff, which I thought I was, and even my weird stuff wouldn't really want to use this, I don't see the point. Type 1. Not too bad. I'd say if you're getting the organ synthesis, it's just to use one sound, and this could be it. Let's check out the next one. Yeah, back to the weird ring modulating thing. It sounds like Pro Tools crashing to me. I don't know if you use Pro Tools, if you've heard that when it kind of gulps too much and you have to reset the whole system. Mode 3. Yeah, there's something weird going on, like the lower mid voices there. And I think this is the one. That's a C7 chord. This pedal really doesn't like tritones, and you want to use tritones in all your 7th chords, which organs are known for using. We don't need to hear mode 4 again. Mode 5. So yeah, I wouldn't spend money on this unless you really need it for an organ sound for a very particular thing, in which case mode 1 might do it for you. Crystal's Harmony. And that's with the tone pretty high. I'm gonna take it all the way up real quick. That was fun. Did you hear that? I like that. So this is actually one of the pedals I think I could find myself using. It's basically a very cheap and weird Boss PS2 where they had the delay and the pitch shifting in the same pedal. Except you can't control the time on it, which I think is weird. Mode 1. Mode 2. Mode 3. Mode 4. And this generally works like a normal delay pedal, aside from the fact you can't control the time. It has a feedback control. Feedback way down. However, one thing I would note that is that you can go either way. So I'm have it set to an octave because that's a really safe place to put it. You can also do fifths. If you're asking me, you have to really plan out your arpeggiations. If I could control the time, I'd feel a whole lot better about this pedal, but I can see myself using it on a live board with the right band. And when you take it down to this area, it will change your steps. So right now I have it set to 1 chromatic step. So basically it sounds like I'm doing. Legend Formant Synthesizer. Let's do mode 1. So yeah, just off the bat, that's not a synthesizer, and even like a Formant, that's usually more of an EQ/filtering trick. So what would a Formant synthesizer even do? I feel like there's something lost in translation here, but also you can kind of hear it moving the frequency, like the Formant shifts around, but to what effect? Go into mode 2. As far as the start, end, and mid stuff, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do. Let's go to mode 3 and just mess with these a bit. Gonna mess with these. It's still basically the same sound, that whoa, 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 whoa. Go into mode 4. Yeah, to me this is a pretty worthless pedal. Like, I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. What I think it should do, it doesn't. And when I try to rationalize what it is doing, yeah. Fixed harmony. So yeah, this is one I actually really like. It doesn't have many modes. Basically, you have that time function I really wanted with the Crystal's Harmony, but it's just one mode, and it's basically doing exactly what you think it would. Each repeat just goes up by whatever interval. So right now it's set to an octave, so that means the first note, just without the guitar real quick, would be like, here's if I hit a low E, it would do. And here's the pedal. Yeah, I think that's a wicked sound. I wish it had more of the algorithms from Crystal's Harmony. Like, I'd love to hear some like different subdivisions or have it do some different stutters, but I could also really work with this. Again, though, having 12 options, like I could see having a fifth. Like, here's a fifth if you do it right, you know? Definitely a little spooky. Or you can take it to a fourth. You can do other intervals, but it just gets spooky, and to me it's not very utilitarian, especially in a live situation, unless you really plan your stuff out. My only complaints about it really is that it sounds a little robotic, which for me is fine for the price. And the time knob is a little finicky. Like, here it is right here. And then just a little higher. Like, that's a real big difference in a little tiny turn. Okay, overall thoughts about Aural Dream's pedals. The only two pedals out of these 6 I think everyone should look at getting would probably be Fixed Harmony and Crystal's Harmony. After that, it kind of ranges from god-awful to maybe in a very particular studio situation. But in all of those cases, I think you can find better options elsewhere. And if you're in a studio situation, you can do way better with plugins. Now, I know I missed some of the pedals. Like, I know there's a flute tone, there's a saxophone tone, there's a vibratone. One comment I saw across a lot of them is that there's a latency issue, and I can tell you that the Violin Tone definitely had a latency issue. So there it is, Aural Dream Pedals. I might do more in-depth looks at Crystal's Harmony and Fixed Harmony, but if you ask me, I kind of have it licked already. You kind of saw what they did. I think it's good. Maybe I'll do some jams or something, a little more in-depth review. In the meantime, you know, I spent about $400 getting these, and that was a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. Don't do what I did, and please subscribe so I can do it again.